Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our series on the essentials of the Arabic language. And today we are on lesson number 2. And inshallah, we are going to discuss the definite article in Arabic. So, what do we mean by the definite article? In English, we have a and an and the, and these will show us if the word is definite or indefinite. For example, you can say a house. If it is indefinite, it can be any house, not a specific one. If you want to make it definite, then you use the word the and say the house. In Arabic, if you want to make something definite, you use the alif lam. And this will make it definite. For example, if we say baytun, this means a house. And this is indefinite. If you want to make it definite, then we will use the alif lam and say al baytu. And now this becomes the house. An important thing to note here is when it is indefinite, we use the tanween and say baytun. We don't say baytu, we say baytun. And when we add the alif lam, this becomes baytu without the tanween. If there is an alif lam, we will never have tanween at the end of the word. So this is the definite article in Arabic. Now when it comes to pronouncing the definite article or the alif lam in Arabic, there are certain rules to follow. The Arabic alphabet is divided into two types. We have al-huruf al-shamsiyya, the sun letters. And we have al-huruf al-qamariyya, the moon letters. The huruf al-shamsiyya are pronounced differently when the alif lam is added to it, and the huruf al-qamariyya is pronounced differently. What do we mean? For the huruf al-shamsiyya, we add the alif lam and we assimilate the lam into the first letter. And then we add a shadda. So we pronounce ash-shams. Ash-shams. We don't say al-shams. The alif lam is assimilated into the first letter. Ash-shamsiyya. Ash-shams. When it comes to al-huruf al-qamariyya, we pronounce the alif lam clearly and we put a sukoon on the lam and make it very apparent. So we say al-qamar. 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 Ash-shams al-qamar. Ash-shams al-qamar. So these are the two categories of the huruf in the Arabic language. And exactly half of the letters in Arabic are ash-shamsiyya and the other half, and exactly half of the letters in Arabic is ash-shamsiyya and the other half is qamariyya. So these are the huruf ash-shamsiyya. We have the ta, tha, dal, dhal, ra, za, sin, sheen, sad, dad, ta, wa, lam, and nun. And for the qamariyya, we have the hamza, the ba, jim, ha, kha, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, mim, waw, ya, and ha. طيب, now let us look at examples for both these categories in actual words. So we have the word النوم. النوم. النوم meaning sleep. So if you look at this word, we can know if it is Shamsiya or Qamariya. We said النوم without making the lam apparent. So this is Shamsiya. Then we have the word al-jibal. Al-jibal. And this is Qamariya. We have the word at-tuffah. And this is Shamsiya. We have the word al-qalam. And this is Qamariya. And so on. So this is something you can learn from practice. You don't have to memorize these huruf, but just understand how they work. And within a few months of practice, inshallah, you will be able to naturally pronounce them in a correct manner. And there is one more lesson that you have to learn when it comes to pronouncing the alif lam, and that is to understand the Hamzatul Vessel. What do we mean by Hamzat al-Wasl? So if you have read an Arabic book with harakat, or if you have read the Quran al-Kareem, you would have seen a symbol on top of the alif, in the alif lam. There would have been a small sword. And this is the symbol of wasl. This is called Hamzat al-Wasl. What do we mean by Hamzat al-Wasl? Let's take a word with the alif lam, for example, al-kitab. Al-kitab. This is one of the letters of al-Qamariya, al-kitab. If this word is in the beginning of the sentence, we pronounce this alif with the hamza. We read it as al-kitab, al-kitab. But if there is something before this word, if you take, for example, fil kitab, fil kitab, we completely ignore this hamza and continue to the next consonant. So we read this as fil kitab, and this is what we mean by Hamzat al-Wasl. So the alif of the alif lam carries the Hamzat al-Wasl. So I hope you enjoyed this little lesson, and inshallah we will look at more essential concepts in Arabic grammar in the coming lessons. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.